practice field. Tell me how fall camp has progressed for your team.
It's been good. I thought we managed the whole summer really well. I was really fortunate with our university to give us the opportunity to be here all summer long. Most of the team was here for both sessions. Had good summer preparing, and then a training camp. I think we managed it the right way. Had a couple of injuries that obviously you hate to see, but we're putting the final pieces on, trying to get ready to go and go play a very quality opponent with Campbell.
First question this morning from Brendan. Go ahead, Brendan.
Coach Fleming, how are you? Brendan McGear, how's everything?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Coach Brendan McGear, Pawtucket Times, how are you?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Good, good. I want to give you 5 names, and I wanted to ask how they did during camp and what your expectations are going from the year. Andre DePina Gray, start with.
Had a very steady camp. Is healthy, feeling good. Roaming around the back end, holding down his spot at the free safety spot, and looking forward for him to have a good year.
Moses Muse.
Moses developed tremendously as a leader and as a full-time starter for us. The middle of our defense, big body, runs around well, has good control of his gap fits and understanding of the defense, and so looking for a big year from him as well.
Ethan McCann Carter.
Fighting for a spot. I think he came in and had an opportunity to try to earn the starting nickel spot. We brought in Jordan Campbell, a kid from Sacred Heart. That's been a good competition. Ethan will play mostly a special teams guy and work in some defensive back play when necessary.
Pat Conserve.
Pat Conserve, great summer. Put on some weight, got bigger, stronger. Has an opportunity to jump in and be what we're expecting out of our D-line. Physical kid, got good hands, good knockback, and has developed his body. So I'm excited to see what he can do.
And lastly, Evan Spencer. Have you guys kind of maybe settled on a position for him or a path going forward? Is it kind of still fluid at this point?
I think it's always going to be fluid with Evan. I think he's a talented kid, obviously Gatorade player. He came in, we put him at running back. He's taking some snaps at running back, but he'll get in the slot and do some things there. And he'll be a special teams guy for us down the road, but still a freshman learning the ropes.
Appreciate it, Jim. Good luck.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Thanks, Brendan. Next question from Ian Field. Good morning, Ian.
Morning. Jim, any pregame ceremonies planned for this weekend for Friday?
Absolutely not. Just kick the ball off at I think 6:05 or whatever it is, and let's start the party. I mean, we've done our chances of looking back. I think for the fans that get to come to Meade for the first time this year, they get to look in that north end zone. They get to see that banner that represents that we've been able to return to the playoffs and win a championship. So I think that's fairly special. But no big hoopla going into this. It's a new year, and we're going to have a very tough out on the first game as Campbell comes back on up here to play. I'm sure they're not too happy about having to come up back 2 years in a row, but it's going to be a good football game, great environment, great night. Hope everybody gets out and has a great time. It's covered up my face, and it probably helpful.
Yeah, it's much better. Your next question from Kevin Stone. Go ahead. Kevin.
Thanks, Rob. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
Good, man. This offseason, a lot of the players have talked openly about national championship expectations. Have you had to talk to them about that, or do you like that they're talking that way?
I mean, I think you always want to better your best, and certainly, one of the things that everybody sets out for is to be able to win their last football game. And at this level of football, in order to do that, you have to win the national championship. Is that a reasonable expectation? I mean, that's left to be determined, week in, week out. So we have mentioned it one time and then put in the rear view mirror, knowing that, the process that gets you to game victories and wins and consistency is, it's a long battle and it's a long season. So long way off from talking about that level of ball. We just got to make sure we try to come out of the gates and play our best football and get, win number one is the critical thing.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next question for Bill. Good morning, Bill.
Morning, guys. Jim, how are you?
Good, Billy. How you doing?
Good, thanks. So much buildup into last year and throughout your tenure was getting the FCS playoffs and ultimately doing something that hadn't been done here for a long time. I wonder just how you reframe program goals, expectations going into this year now that you've accomplished that.
Well, I mean, our statement has always been 3 more feet, and you can continue to go ahead and build on that component just because we have not, we lost our last game, continue to try to find to get back into the playoffs to be another champion. But it's a new team. You got a lot of kids come in. We've got 46 new players. They all come in with different reasons for being here, but I think share the same common goal, which is to go out and play very good football and represent Rhode Island the right way and show appreciation for the support we've gotten by the way we play on the field. So I think everybody's excited to stop hitting each other and play somebody different, but certainly excited for the season and feel a great responsibility to play well for our state, play fair with the people that have been with us through thick and thin over the years.
Thanks.
Got a follow-up from Ian. Go ahead, Ian.
Yeah, Jim, the challenges of starting a new year with a conference opponent. Last time you did it was 2022, very different roster. How do make sure that you're hitting the ground running with a conference game here?
I mean, they're hugely important. A game in November or a game in August. They all mean the same. At the end of the day, you got to pick up conference victories, and we've got 2 in a row that are very tough opponents right out the gate. 1 home, 1 away. Certainly, in a perfect world, when you look at it, if you're able to put those in your pocket, you feel pretty good about it. Those are all tough outs. This is a good conference. We all know that. Everybody's practiced well. Everybody has new components to their teams, and they're going to be dogfights, each and every one of them. As long as we're prepared to play 60, I think the other teams will too, and they'll see who the best teams are.
Got a follow-up from Bill. Go ahead, Bill.
Jim, as you come out of camp, just give us one thing that you really like about the group and one thing that maybe is going to keep you up a couple nights this week.
Well, I like the leadership we've had. I like the chemistry of both offense and defense. I like that their focus is in the right spot. The way they practice, the way they prepare, all those things are good. Keeps me up at night is just me not sleeping. So, it's what keeps you up at night is obviously first game stuff is all special teams. You watch the games this past weekend. There were 6 muffed punts. Those are the kinds of things that happen in first weeks that you want to eliminate from preventing you from winning. So you want to play a clean game with limited mistakes and get out of it unscathed with self-inflicted wounds. The other team's going to make some plays, handle that, but let's make sure we do our part, keep the ball inside and in front, and play good football and tackle well.
Got another follow-up from Ian. Go ahead, Ian.
Yeah, Jim, your captains were announced this week. Just what stands out about them? How were they selected?
Well, they were selected by their teammates. We vote, we get together as a team. We had our rookie night, and right before rookie night, we tell them all, every player on the team to vote for an offense and a defensive captain. And then we tally them up and we look to see, who the top vote getters, and the top vote getters were the 4 that we announced as captains. What I was pleased about that there was a sprinkling of other people, that got significant votes that show that there is some deep leadership and some young leadership that's continuing to develop. So it's not just on those 4, but we got a lot of people here that are thinking the right way.
We touched on the fact that you're opening with a conference opponent and Campbell. Just as you've looked at Campbell, what are some of the challenges they'll present for you on Friday?
See, it's the unknowns on everything in an opening game. Who's going to be playing the quarterback position? We think they're both very talented. I think that they've got. They came up here last game and gave us a handful. Just to be able to come out with a victory. So, it's the unknowns. It's just not knowing what you're going to get, what changes they've made, the adjustments we're going to have to make on game day. But really, when you go into first games like us all, it's the focus on ourselves. Play our best football. We'll see what it turns out, but certainly Campbell, I think, is he's got the tools, he's got the people, and we're very interested in seeing what it's going to look like on Friday night.
All right, Jim. Thanks so much for taking time with us here this morning, and I look forward to talking again next Monday.